So, a few weeks back, Rachel Strickland put out a video titled, "This eBay hack will change the way you list forever." Good video, but there was one thing she said that caught my attention in like a big way. Quickly, hold on. Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm Wendy. Thanks for stopping by. Okay, so if you haven't seen her video, she experimented with putting keywords into the item specifics to gain more views and improve her sales. In most cases, it wasn't too surprising when her keyword showed up in the search results. That was until she tested the keyword in the item description. The listing never showed up in search results. This kind of had me concerned. You see, I'm mostly like a niche seller, and the item specifics are a bit limited, to say the least. Because of this, I have always used the description to place like the additional keywords buyers would be looking for. But if eBay isn't pulling keywords from the item descriptions, then my items just aren't being shown. So, I did my own experiment. I set up 4 different listings with keywords in 4 distinct locations. Now, for those of you who don't list on your phone, the app actually has 3 sections under the item specifics. The required item specifics, the suggested item specifics, and the additional item specifics. Now, of course, we fill out the required section. It's required. But do any of you fill out all of the suggested and additional? Personally, if it didn't apply to the item, I've kind of always left it blank. I actually picked this up from Mel at Back from Burnout. About a year ago, I think it was. She had posted a video from her trip to the eBay Open in Australia. In it, she had gleaned like information from the employees that were there. And one of the things she had asked about was the item specifics, and they said not to bother filling it out if it didn't apply. Could there, however, be value in not following this advice? I had to find out, so I set up the keywords as follows. In the hat listing, I placed the keyword in the suggested item specifics. Then under additional item specifics, I noticed something. Some of the specifics indicated that there were a number of people who had actually filtered by that search. Others showed no indication of it. So, in the placemats, I put the keyword under the additional with searches, and the weaving tool was placed under additional with no searches. Finally, with the bag listing, I put the keyword in the item description. Then I waited 24 hours. And actually, the only item that showed up in the search results was the hat. So what now? At this point, I'd say start putting important keywords in the suggested item specifics. And for me, I needed to also remove the unnecessary keywords from my test listings. That is except the weaving tool. At the time, I kind of accidentally forgot what the 4th item was. Oopsies. So with that, I decided to return to the keyword search like a week later, just to try and jog my memory. That still, at the time, unknown weaving tool didn't show up. But honestly, quite unexpectedly, the placemats actually did. Now remember, I'd actually removed that keyword nearly a week before. I don't know why I'd used the 24-hour mark. Must have heard it somewhere that the listing shows up within like 24 hours. Guess that ain't correct. Well, I promptly shoved all the keywords back into the listings. I feel here I should give a little more context to the type of keyword I used. It had nothing to do with any of the products in the listing. The keyword itself would show up in around 200 listings, so it was in several different categories, but there weren't too many items to search through. At this point, I also pulled another item, these teardrop mini light covers, and then added another keyword into the item description. If the keywords were eventually pulled from the item description, I wanted a timeline. Remember, the keyword in the item description was my original purpose for the experiment. So then I waited. Another week passed. The placemats disappeared. Seeing as I had originally removed the keyword, it didn't really surprise me. But guess what did show up? The weaving tool, finally. After another 2 weeks, the item and the additional item specifics with no searches finally showed up in the search results. However, the keywords in the item descriptions were still nowhere to be seen. So another week, and still nothing. So, what does this mean for keywords and item descriptions? Well, at this point, it would appear that eBay just does not pull keywords from the item description. Will it under, different circumstances? It might. To assume something after just a couple tests isn't going to give you accurate data, which actually, if you've tested this out for yourself, please, leave me a comment below and let me know your results. I would love to hear them. Additionally, for me, this kind of begs another question. What are descriptions even there for? Personally, I've always used them to search out information that wasn't in the title or the item specifics. This means that, as a buyer, guess how much I just love the new AI description tool. But that's a discussion for another day. Anyways, thanks so much for stopping by. I definitely had a lot on my mind after these tests, and I just kind of wanted to share it and hopefully get others' insights about the results. I gotta get going now, but it's definitely been great chatting with you. I do hope you all have a wonderful day.